So, how do we take this serious topic and make it funny?
I think if we were
Trolls.
to go with the boy-girl idea, then if the girl is the protagonist, the boy can still be the funny character, and both genders in the audience are very satisfied.
Yeah. Okay, so we keep coming back to that. Okay.
And then we could still have them, and we could have the Norns or whatever play the other parts, like Crone Weasel.
It's certainly 5 people.
Sorry.
I want to take things that they'll recognize too, though. I mean, I think that's why I wanted to use something like the Carmen theme, just classical music that, you know, they won't be able to rattle off the name off the top of their head, but they'll know it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll know the tune, things like that.
Yeah.
Is that
Is everybody into that?
Everybody cool with writing music? Yeah.
The Norse mythology?
And definitely.
Is that Pine Forest? Is that
That's kind of forest.
So,
They'll be all up on that.
explain it to us a little bit more. What is the
That's the what?
What?
the
The
story
world view?
behind it? Yeah.
Well, it's just kind of like a central part of the cosmology. Like, there's 9 realms, and they each hold like different beings. So, like, the top one is Asgard, and it holds the gods. And then there's Midgard, and it holds the humans. And it just keeps going on. There's lots of giants.
And then at the bottom, isn't there like a great big snake?
Yeah, there's a snake at the bottom and an eagle at the top.
Well, I think that's a good jumping point, but I don't think there's going to be a 6-year-old in the audience being like, oh, that's Norse mythology. Or,
That would have been me.
No, but that's okay.
nice, so like 10
Well, I think that's a good thing because
Like, I'm pretty sure it's not a
children realize that it's a story they've heard before. I think they're going to be less avid about listening to it since they already know.
Yeah, but you don't want to explain this section. Wow.
No, but I
Well,
think it's
no.
okay because it's rooted in mythology, so you've got
Yeah.
those Jungian archetypes.
Right,
It's just a good
I'm
foundation.
saying it's a good jumping point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying we retell the entirety of Norse mythology. I'm just saying we use this particular part of the cosmology as a jumping off.
So these 2 kids go to a professor, and the professor lectures them on
Fire us a Pete.
It's
lectures
like
them.
No, it would be Norse Nick. Nordic Nick.
Pete's cousin.
Yes.
Why would you Healthy Forest?
Odin, like 2 ravens sitting
And
on
then he
the
launches
bridge.
into a 50-minute lecture.
My husband.
Here's me.
I think the guy's name should be Einar, and like the girl is like, Einar picnic!
Okay, so this is kind of what I propose for next class. Can we get our hands on that myth?
No,
It's-
that's in math.
there's not really a particular.
Sean, can you get a hands on that map?
I can hook you up.
Moments to cut out of advanced creative writing when there's a crew. The post-watering mood.
Well, there's not like a particular myth. It's just like a general part.
Okay.
Of it. So I can get like
That's
the
like
Wikipedia
Mount
page
Olympus
is
is a
good.
central
Okay.
part of Greek mythology.
Exactly.
So let's, for next class, we can read East of the Sun, West of the Moon.
Mount Olympus.
Let's get
Yeah.
the hero's journey out again. Let's get the goals that they want us to cover. Let's get this Norse mythology, and let's start to outline what it is this play is going to start to look like.
Sounds
A rough outline.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Is it just me, or am I the only person who really wants these characters to have names? Like,
just
right
you.
now.
It's just you.
Well, I think first we
We don't have any
a
characters. I haven't given
place for
birth to
these
Swat
characters
yet.
to
Going with
exist
the
in.
flow.
I didn't even give my character.
Go
name.
with
Call
the-
him Einar if you really
No.
You just call them like Einar and Canute.
No.
You can be too.
Well, yeah, I
You'll
mean,
be 3. That's good. It works.
Or you should have been 2. So that.
there's being sensitive to the area too, and how much do we
Yeah.
want to root it in Native American mythology. But
I thought that wasn't
with
allowed.
right, there are the limitations.
And I don't think it necessarily has to be Native American mythology for us to, you know,
I
link
feel
it
like
in.
that's so cliche.
It is.
Like just Midwestern to just always go for like Native American.
mythology whenever you do anything.
Yeah. And like Norse mythology is not really a thing you think about. Like you have the Greeks, and then you have.
Personally, think
I
it's a
think
lot
we
more
should
interesting.
integrate. I think we should try and integrate everything. Like
Yeah.
not just all types of embrace all types of.
Well, I don't know about everything.
Not
That would be
the
the
entire world.
That'd be a long
I feel like we should try and integrate some Native American concepts and some Norse concepts and some Greek concepts.
We can make our own mythology.
Exactly. Fallen mythology. Fallen
Follow
mythology.
mythology.
Foliage. I mean, there's a great adaptation in here too of the Odyssey, and we'll have these books around for the next couple of months. So that's something to consider too, and that's one of the plays I considered reading in here is the Odyssey, because it's such a great story, so archetypal, right?
So they take this tree on a boat.
Light it on fire.
Although
They
trees
stick
is
wax in their ears.
trolls, it's a great way to get the trees to move.
I like it.
And trolls are so cool.
But then our cast of 5.
Do we
Well,
want
yeah, then
them
the
to be
3 would just
trolls?
become the trolls.
Don't we
Why
want?
are we limited to 5? When did that happen? And why did
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing was 5 cast. It's not. It's 5 casts of 5 was the thought
Was there any
between
way to
Ari
make it
and
like fewer casts of one?
Yeah. The problem is we're doing 14 plays, 11 of which are in schools. So then we would
do
take.
two casts of 7?
Yeah,
I feel so constrained by this 5 characters.
we can. It was just about the kiddos missing school. Which they want to, of course, but it's the teachers.
Yeah.
Don't let them. So if we had a cast of 5, then they could go on, they'd miss 1 day of school and do 2 performances in 1 day. And then another cast. So they're only missing 1 day of school each. But if we wanted to do whatever breaks up into 25, is the other
Just
problem.
5.
And we only have a 12-passenger van that has to fit all the props, costumes, and the cast.
That's a good point.
Do we necessarily
Well, you
have to worry
also
about that?
have my mother.
And we can stack children to
And
the roof.
she
12-person.
drove us back.
We'll get
Yeah,
one of
we
those
all-
kangaroo
we obviously
couches
have
and
to-
just like stuff
Much
the
more
little
mobility.
ones
You
there.
don't have to just
Like
do that.
Simon and Kevin will just like.
Well, for insurance purposes, we do.
With the whole trees and the trolls thing, don't we want them to like keep the trees alive? So if they see the trees as like these trolls, like they could be like some other mythical creature.
Trees as adorable stuffed animals.
Exactly.
Trees is
I
big.
can see that. It's like those little dolls.
Yeah.
I was also.
What if like certain trees were different, like creatures? Like what if ponderosas were like fairies, and then oaks were trolls, and then aspens
Exactly.
Or like the little
Gremlins.
ones are the witches.
Bushes
And
and
then the
gnomes.
big old world tree is like the wise dryad or whatever. Then you have like the young overpopulated
I
trees.
think we should
as being
avoid
bad.
But it would be really
What's that?
I
complicated.
think we should avoid fairies and
For the young
trolls.
kids.
Not really. You have like 2 skinny trees that are bad and one big
But just,
fat
like-
tree that's awesome.
Shop
Big fat
ants.
tree.
I was also thinking about like how to connect the children to the trees. And I was thinking about, you know, the Apollo and Daphne myth, where she turns into a tree. So I'm like, why don't we use that?
That's a good one.
Trees are children who didn't
What did you
behave.
say? I missed it.
Oh, I was talking about the Apollo and Daphne myth, where she's like, he's like, I'm gonna chase you, and she's like, no, you're not, and then she turns into a tree.
Oh, okay.
I bet chase you.
I think that's how all Greek myths should go.
Sienna?
I don't remember what everything's saying.
Sorry.
Turns into a tree.
Well, you're wearing very nice things.
Oh, thanks.
Great outfit. Great outfit.
Let's go.
Great outfit. And science too. Was anybody here? Were you here when Ken McIntosh used to come in? We this class workshopped a children's series called Crime Scene Club by this local author. But he
That
got
was 1 year before my time.
Oh, okay. And the whole premise was that it was this group of school kids who got, it was kind of like Scooby-Doo-ish mysteries, but they had to use science in order to solve the mystery.
There's a teacher called Mr. Levin.
Yeah, it takes place at Fallout, but it's not
There's a
called
Mr.
Fallout.
Anderson.
It's like Flagstaff Mountain School or something like that. And there's a Mr. Anderson, Carrot Top Santa Claus, and I'm in there. It's really, I can bring him in, it's really interesting.
Okay, I think first off, because this is what we were talking about at the time, and I got confused, but we should definitely avoid antagonizing any of the trees. Even like the little ones.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
what- yeah.
antagonizing them would be very bad. You'd end up with little boys going out with sharp objects trying to cut them down. I've seen this happen. I also think that in order to get them to relate to the tree, or trees in general, there would have to be one particular tree that they can make friends with. They could be able to interact with them, so like a dryad kind of a thing.
What if they build like a tire
Like-
swing or something? Like they build a connection with the tree, like a tree house or like a little fort, some sort.
But then
Or
would
they
that
follow-
imbue in the children in the sense that you have
Yeah.
to have a physical connection of a tree to care about it?
Yeah.
No, but why would they think that? Why would they be like, oh man, I'm not gonna care about trees unless
Well, there is that sort of way of thinking where, this is my tree, but screw all the rest of them. This is the one I play with.
Or how about like they're playing like a game, like a ball gets stuck in a tree, and then that's how like they get introduced.
Yes, there are. And then
And
curl up in a
So-
wound and grow.
maybe one of us should be like, maybe a couple of us could be the sick trees, and then the other ones can be like the strong trees. So that way we don't have to like go through the whole thing like twice.
Wait, say that again.
Maybe
Like the last part, so that we don't have to go through it.
so that we
twice?
don't have to like do the whole life cycle like
Mhm.
twice. So it's not like, oh hey, look, I grew and then I died, and then oh hey, look, I
Yeah, 'cause
grew
that
again,
could
but
get
this time I'm
repetitive.
sick.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
Shelby, do you want to be sick with me?
Okay.
Right in front of the camera.
Good shot, Henry. All right, so
okay, so should we just go then?
yeah, I think so.
Alrighty,
Get to it.
let's go for it.
What have we got?
Wait, is he gonna do?
grow, he gets on the tree.
Are we?
Bailey,
do we
you can
fight?
build. You can be a hobo
And then I'm like the
build
hobo
a
who comes
fire.
and builds the campfire.
Yeah. Then Desmond jumps out of it, and then I come.
And then she like,
and-
well, no, she just kind of like trashes the place, and then we just all stand there really awkwardly for a
Like-
while.
And then I come.
And then Sean is like,
We should like.
and like
If
sweeps Bailey away, and
Yeah.
Desmond's like, ¿Por qué? But
If we go like this, then we could get it like far enough out to where like the emphasis is on him, like
Yeah.
on his tree stump and her building the fire.
And I could be
and
like-
then all of a sudden we're like back in the scene.
Yeah. So like, what if the three of us are the tree rings, right? So Blake, you're like just like hiding behind the pole.
Oh, Bailey, like yeah. So like.
So then we're
third.
just like, you like expand, and then as we expand, you grow up.
okay.
So we're like,
Okay. Now I'm a tree. I don't know how
Bailey
long
could
I
be a
can do
hobo.
this. You guys got to get moving. Go, Desmond.
Sean, go be a flashboy.
okay, we're gonna be a person.
I'm a flashlight.
Okay, and then the flashlight goes away.
think you're alright.
Oh no!